Hello, so let's continue decomposing humor or playfulness, how I call it, and let's see how much can I do in approximately half hour. So let me recall what I did last time. Mm, so I created few pages. First of all, was the decomposition of how to train playfulness or humor. So first was in normal social situations, then by making performances, something like YouTube live stream or doing just stand up in a public. Third is by immersion, so by watching stand ups, comedies, or just participating in gatherings where there is a lot of humor. Then also by writing, so just writing. And in setup social situations, what I mean by that is that creating some kind of opportunities for meetings that are specifically designed to get better at humor. So that's about playfulness, kinds of kinds of training, and then I have also the timeline of this. Let me recall what I did. So the first part of getting better with playfulness, being better is just improving our awareness, so detecting triggers. Focusing on something can be a trigger. Awareness code. So we need to train our awareness. The better aware we are, the more we find potential triggers, and as a consequence, we have more humor possibilities. How to make working on awareness easier? We can narrow the scope where we need to be aware, so we can be aware of very small things or bigger things. Just, mm, just we need to be aware, be focused on something in order to find specific things to observe. Great comedians always have good observations because their mind is trained to be aware of things that we, as people, normal people, we don't. We know it, but we just typically aren't aware of something. Then there is selection of humor technique plus construction in a memory setup plus punchline. So this is a training of creativity, because once we have some observation, then we need to do something with this, construct something to say, and the more creative you are, the faster some idea will come out, will appear in our mind. How to make working on creativity easier? We have only one humor technique in our mind to use. We have some pre-built humor construction ready, so there are like several ways that we can further focus our attention instead of having infinite number of possibilities. I need to check what's with the live stream right now, because I am not sure how it works right now. This is interesting because I don't see chat once again. So it seems, why this doesn't work? Why live chat doesn't work? This is something that I found interesting. Let me check. Manage videos. So I am still learning this stuff, and I still don't know why some things doesn't work as I would expect. This is not made for kids. Playlist. Actually, I can add this to playlist. Social systems. Yes, social systems. Decomposition. Free humor. Restrictions. None. Yes, safe. Self. Safe. But I don't fully understand why I can't write any message. Let me check. To enable YouTube live chat in OBS, follow these steps. On YouTube, go to your channel and click camera icon, then select go live. In the live stream setup, locate the live chat on the right side. But there is no live chat on the right side. From my understanding, there is no such thing. I think. Let me. It's interesting that now let me bring those mic as close to me and as far away from the keyboard, because this keyboard is so loud when I am typing. And let me check if I can participant. It's me, participant. How can I write this? That's something I don't understand. View. No. YouTube live control panel. What is this? Let me see. Yes, this one. This is not what I wanted to check. Yes, so now better. Why this doesn't work? Why I can't write in this? Okay, this is not that important. Let me go back to working on what is important for today, and everything else we'll figure it out over time. So I went through building punchline, humor techniques, constructing in-memory setup, punchline. Then there is this delivering of humor technique. I went through the problem of filtering, because sometimes too much filtering, or because we have few possibilities how we could potentially say something, and we need to just select which one to select, which of those wording or this humor phrase to say. But sometimes this could lead to problems, because we just don't say anything, because everything seems not good enough, and this is not what we want. Because what we need to do is to train our courage. We need to say something even if we are unsure that this something will land well. How to make working on courage better. Winner effect, having easier techniques, less risky, being in the easier environment. So this is what I prepared last time. and now time to do something with additionally. So I need to create a system that will be using mostly performances, because this is what I am doing right now. So I am very interested if this can work just by doing live stream like right now. Can I add additional tasks for myself and train my delivery of some funny things just during, let's say, half or 1 hour call like right now? And then other things like normal social situations that I think I told this in the previous live stream, that this is rather like an exam to check our skills rather than a great way to train social skills, because just difficult to be constantly in places where we can talk with other people. This is obviously possible, but I think this just takes a lot of time. So there are many ways how I could apply and start learning this. I could go with techniques right now, maybe, because add page in the folder, playfulness. Techniques. Let me just write techniques that I think will be necessary to add humor in our life. So there are for sure some voice exercises. More loud voice for sure. So this is prerequisite. In order to be funny, we need to be more loud when we are talking instead of being too silent. So we need to train to talk more loudly, just to be prepared in social situations when we will be using those voice louder than we typically use, and typically we use not enough volume. We typically don't use enough volume. Emotional expressions in voice, and probably there are more things that we could do with voice, but I don't want to also go too much into this, because this is not this is not about training voice or training confidence. This is about training playfulness. For now I can also write pauses. Usage of pauses. Intentional usage of pauses, for sure important. Let me check for the document where I gather all of those things. Gamified humor. Exaggerations. Labeling. Exaggerations, distortions, labeling, visual description, hypotheticals. This one is a big one. I will go to the next composer. Let me hypotheticals. How to do this? Let me do this way. Hypotheticals. What are almost happened type? So, hypothetical solutions, hypothetical reasons. I won't be going too much into details what this means right now, just want to have something to think later about this. Overreacting, underreacting. Sarcasm, contrast, overstatements, understatements. That's very similar. Hypotheticals, work on hook, contrast through exceptions, contrast through premise. I don't know, I could write this. Exception through premise. Let me go. Playing a voice. Playing a voice. Emotional expressive voice. Playing a voice. A character voice. Character voice. Meta comments. Meta comments, very important. Stories. Asking questions, labels, I told labels, meta comments, hypotheticals, overstatements, underacting, using contrast, hooks, hypothetical solutions, what almost happened, imagining impact, hypotheticals, reasons, solutions, impact, comparisons, metaphors. Metaphors, imagine impact, why something happened, I told, comparisons, strong and subjective opinions. Strong and subjective opinions, self-deprecating humor, maybe not. There was one more for sure. I am absolutely sure that there was one more that I should write here. Funny. What's the flippy something with premise. It was something with premise. Word mix-ups. Yeah, the word also could be changed, altered. Imagine impact. Can't find this, but this is absolutely necessary. Others, metaphors, exaggeration, labels, comparison, hypothetical, contrast, exception, disagreement, premise alteration. This is what I wanted. Maybe here. Premise alteration. Premise alteration. And you stats? No. Docs. Not this one. Okay. Docs. This one. I want this one. Native control panel, let me select stream, this one. Free views, but they are from me. Nobody watching me except me. But I don't care. So, I have like 15 different techniques that I could work on, and by mastering those techniques, one can be much better at humor. So, now I need to find the system, gamified or not, that makes working on those things happen. It could be by let me create another page, add page, system proposals. Proposals. It could be by doing live stream, so like let's say live stream proposal. We train playfulness by doing live streams. We train humor, playfulness by doing live streams. I don't know actually if this will work, but I am interested to see. So it could be like live stream one. I want this in the second techniques. Live stream one, be loud. Be louder. Maybe live stream one, normal live stream. And it will be recorded, so we can always refer to this. Actually, let me ask questions. Should the live stream be about the same thing, or the topic can be changed? By doing the live stream about the same thing, we could compare one live stream with another live stream and check what is the difference. So for example, in live streams, maybe let me do it as a header. Live stream one, so it would be like normal live stream. Be louder, more voice exercises, and I don't know what, taken from here, but let me go to the timeline because we have 3 things. And inspect how those different parts of training humor are impacted by doing the live stream, so triggers. So here the problem is that since we are talking and let's say nobody will check out, then the problem is that there won't be many triggers of this thing, but actually there is, it's possible. What I like about live streams like this one is that to some extent it is similar to the social situations, because I am talking, so I need to be concentrating on what to say, so I'm a little distracted and don't see other world because I am just thinking what to say, just like in social situation. Now, I could have a challenge to restrict my attention to specific things during such a live stream and just label those things, either by saying them loudly, but in a way that is not weird. So for example, if I would check it for myself and I do the live stream, I want people who would be watching me, then they won't be totally confused when I am doing something like that. So to some extent, training awareness is something that could be trained during live streams. So I can, for example, inspect the way I am talking and just adding observation about the way I am talking. So I am, for example, now talking, and I realize that I am using the same words over and over again, which could be boring. So this is the observation I made loud, not only as a photo but loudly, and I could just tell them, label them that I am aware of those thoughts, which would be the preparation. Then there is this creativity, so these different type of methods, so actually using those methods, and then there is this delivery of the humor, which in the live stream could be a little weird, because let's say that what is needed in the live stream is to say something in a very emotional expression. So this is uncomfortable to do it even in a live stream, to use, for example, anger, because that's weird. That's weird, but this is like this is something that can train the courage to some extent. Doing something live, somebody else can watch it, and I found it interesting. Yes. Other questions I would have for myself. Questions. Should the live stream about or topic can be changed? I think it should be different. Because we will get it memorized, it will be boring, and we don't want boring stuff. Other question is how long the live stream should be. If this has to, I would say maybe at least half hour, something like that. At least half hour. Should the live stream about the same thing, or the topic can be changed? About different things. Maybe another question later. Yes, those challenge, so 30 So we have techniques, we have awareness, and you would need to combine everything. So every live stream would be about something different. So for example, first is normal live stream, like totally normal live stream without any additional rule. Second live stream would be about just being louder, so talking more loudly. Maybe more voice exercises, but there has to be also awareness exercises. And here is the problem, because I don't know what to do with this. What I find problematic when I think about this is that I planned to do these exercises when I am doing those live streams, like right now, when I am preparing the stuff for Systems of Life Engine community. But now when I am doing this, I realize that some of those exercises just make it difficult to work on those during this kind of live streams. Because for example, if I will have a very emotional type of exercise, like altering voice, then doing something like that in a normal stream will be extremely confusing. It just doesn't make sense. Live streams. Awareness exercises. So this is just checking triggers. So let me see. Watching videos on YouTube about something and being aware of let's say voices of other people, gesticulations, people, etc., etc. Other people, yeah. Very interesting. So I need to create a list of awareness exercises and just then create a live stream when I will be watching some stuff on YouTube, probably. Because if this will go public, then I cannot watch stuff that publishing it would cause me any problems. So it needs to be something publicly available. Also, doing this probably would be better, at least for me, to do in my native language instead of English, because doing things in English makes it more cut off some kind of humor. So for example, doing some word humor is not that easy using English language. I will need to finish this. I need to create the list of those awareness exercises, let's say 15 of such awareness exercises. So let me think. Let me create another page. Playfulness, awareness scope. Playfulness awareness scope. Just let's have a list. What words people used? Observe gesticulation. Observe gesticulation. Observe voice. Voice. Observe events happening. Events happening around them. It's very vague. Observe events happening. What people were. What people wear? What are they? There is so many things. Colors. Yeah, I can ask ChatGPT. Relations between people. Relations between people. And maybe what more? What occupation? What is their occupation? What is their occupation? Yes. So one of those needs to be selected for a given close everything. Awareness called system proposals. Just system proposals and just select one awareness exercise and just be aware of those things a lot. Just be aware, train awareness. So this will be about this part. Then there is part about delivering humor and not about selection of humor technique and some very technical parts. And then finally you have the delivering humor technique part. Let me do some kind of random video. Just random talk. I don't know, random talk. Some just I want to see something that I don't know. Let's take this random video and see what they are talking about. And just I want to see if this make any sense. Just what is this? One video. with some people who never. This is not even in English, so I have no idea what they are talking about, but actually this would be even interesting because then I would notice who they are, if they are friends or something like that. So it would be actually interesting to train those awareness stuff here. Train those awareness stuff by taking a look what they eat, what they do, where they are. Just having this maybe just doing as much observation as possible when watching the video would be enough. Instead of doing this overly complicated. So we have live streams, awareness exercises. So just observe everything. Just observe everything. So this would be like a live stream when we just open some random YouTube videos and we just inspect it and try to observe everything we can see. Everything. And then maybe few more such exercises with additional hints. So just check something that typically I miss, because for example by just training this awareness it could be quite easy to learn to take a look at some things that are obvious to our brains, but there are certain things that we will never be aware because we don't put attention. So this actually this additional correction exercises would be great to do. Yes. And then once this observation is done, then we could start applying techniques. But when I think about this one could be like a warm-up, and this always needs to go, always needs to be present. So let's say this is half hour, like 15-20 minutes. This would be observation warm-up, and then later after that training humor, specific humor techniques. Humor technique. That's interesting. I like this idea. I will need to give it a try. So in the next session I will wrap this up and have a workable plan for live streams to be better at playfulness. So what I need to do for the future, let me just write here, just to do. Set voice plus awareness exercises, set techniques, basic 5 techniques to work on And I think this will be for the first part ready. Yes, this for the first part it will be ready. So yeah, so I think for the beginning I will still need one more live stream to wrap up this system, the first draft of the system, and then I will do experiment, and then maybe I will come back to refine the system.